Now, we all know Golden State and San Antonio stole the NBA headlines for Saturday night, but there was also an intriguing matchup in the Eastern Conference between the Miami Heat and Cleveland Cavaliers, which could also be a conference final preview. But this game didn't end up being that intriguing at all because the Miami Heat stomped out the Cavaliers, defeating them 122-101. And this game was over with after the first quarter. Over with. In Miami, since they have acquired Joe Johnson, this team looks threatening as ever. The Cavs continue to put up a great performance and then follow it up with a stinker, so you don't know what you're going to get from them night in and night out. So that leads me to the question of, can the Miami Heat upset the Cleveland Cavaliers and make it to the NBA Finals? Welcome back to the Best Damn Sports Blog. Back again to talk NBA with you guys, specifically the Heat and Cavaliers. And a lot of you might not even have known this game took place yesterday since the Warriors and Spurs took the primetime stage of ABC. And I just want to say, you guys didn't miss much at all. From the opening tip, this was Miami's game. The Cavaliers did not lead at any point in the game. They trailed by 12 points after the first quarter, 23 points at the half, and trailed by as many as 33 points in the game. Just a pitiful performance from the Cavaliers. The Heat looked marvelous out there. And since they picked up Joe Johnson, this team looks like they're ready to take that next step with or without Chris Bosh. And since LeBron has returned to Cleveland, in Miami, the Heat have had the Cavaliers' number. They're now 0-4 when traveling to Miami since LeBron has returned. LeBron played in 3 of those games, and of course, if they're 0-4, that means they were 0-3 in games LeBron has played in as well. And this is a head-scratcher for me because the Cavaliers, they have great performances like they did against the Clippers, and then they'll have a stinker in the next game like they did against the Jazz just last week. So this team is mightily inconsistent. And in this game, it was a LeBron show for the Cavaliers. Only Dellavedova and Richard Jefferson had more than 10 field goal attempts other than LeBron James. And if that's going to be the Cavaliers' formula to success, they're not going to be very successful. Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving both have to get more than 10 shot attempts every game. They are too great of players to be having less than 10 shot attempts. I don't know what has gotten into this Cavaliers team. It's like they don't get up for the big games. When LeBron was in Miami and they traveled back to face the Cavaliers, you saw it in the Heat eyes that they wanted to win that game for LeBron. I don't see that same fire in the Cavaliers' eyes when they travel to Miami. And not only that, I don't see any hunger in this Cavaliers team. They see Golden State. They see San Antonio and how great both of those teams are. You would think they would play with a sense of urgency against a team like Miami, who has been playing a great brand of basketball of late, and they also have hopes of knocking off the Cavaliers in the playoffs. This is not a team you want to give confidence at all. They have been playing marvelous, and let's not forget there's still a chance Chris Bosh may return for the Miami Heat. And if he returns, the Cavaliers better seriously watch out, because this team is a threat without him. And as I stated before, even without Bosh, the Heat's crushed time lineup of Whiteside, Ding, Johnson, Wade, and Dragic, that is the second best in the Eastern Conference, and it may be top 5 in the NBA. And that's without Chris Bosh. You add Chris Bosh to that mix and put one of those players on the bench, that 6-man rotation is probably as strong as any 6-man rotation in the NBA outside of Golden State and maybe San Antonio. And I just want to say, man, it's crazy how easily Joe Johnson has fit in with this team. When you watch the Miami Heat and you see Joe Johnson on the floor, it looks like he's been a part of this team all season. Since joining the Heat, Joe Johnson is averaging 15.7 points per game, 3 boards, 3 assists, shooting 59% from 3 and 57% from the field. Those are gaudy percentages. 59% from 3. And we all know the Heat Achilles heel has been shooting the deep ball. So to add a player who is shooting at that clip, that is an amazing get for Miami. And like I said, if Chris Bosh returns, I honestly think the Heat Cavaliers series could be a toss-up. I honestly hope they don't see each other until the Eastern Conference Finals just for the intrigue. But if they meet in the second round, it doesn't matter there. It could still go either way. This Cavaliers team has been too inconsistent for my liking. And since the Miami Heat have acquired Joe Johnson, they are 8-3. And following their win over the Cavaliers, their blowout win, the Heat have now scored 100 points in 9 consecutive games. So not only have the Heat improved their three-point shooting since acquiring Joe Johnson, they also now can score with the best of them. So, do I think the Miami Heat can knock off the Cavaliers? Yes, I do believe they can knock off the Cavaliers. But do I think they will? The answer to that question for me is still no. But the Miami Heat, they have a better shot than ever now. And I would not be surprised in the least bit if they were able to topple the Cavaliers in a 7-game series. Cleveland has been wildly inconsistent. Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, and LeBron James, that trio has just not worked out very well. And Miami, they're clicking on all cylinders. They're scoring a lot of points. They're knocking down three-point shots. They have one of the 5 best crunch time lineups in the NBA. There's a chance Chris Bosh returns. And the Cavaliers are yet to win in Miami since LeBron has returned. With that said, it would be idiotic to think Miami doesn't have a shot at knocking off the Cavaliers in a 7-game series. I give them a legitimate chance, but I also don't see it happening. LeBron probably has 1 or 2 years left where he can carry a team on his back all the way to the NBA Finals. And that is the only reason I still think the Cavaliers will be able to get past the Miami Heat, is the fact that they have LeBron James, and he is still probably the second best player in the NBA. And he's proven time and time again he can carry the load on his back and get them there. He did it last year, and although this Heat team is flying high and playing great, I still think LeBron will get enough production out of Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love in 4 out of 7 games for the Cavaliers to knock off the Miami Heat.